Alright guys, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to part 5 of What If Superman Was Born in the Dragon Ball Z world.
So now with the time skip from Z to Super, as you can imagine, every one of the Saiyans has gotten ungodly powerful. Gohan actually spends a lot of time with Cal, flying around and saving people. He does this while being a scholar. Seeing how Cal is able to manage being a superhero as well as a mild-mannered reporter has inspired Gohan to do the same. Cal has gotten married to Lois Lane at this point. They even have a son together, Jonathan Kent. The toddler's power is very impressive. He likes to hang out at Capsule Corp, playing with Goten and Trunks. Goku and Raditz continue their training and their lives as farmers, while Vegeta is still with Bulma and he's training to surpass Cal and Kakarot. And he's actually been working on something really special, but then again, so have all the Saiyans. They need an edge if they're ever going to beat Cal, and they might have found it. Now when Beerus wakes up, he wants to fight the Super Saiyan God, the one he saw in his dreams. Whis informs him of the Saiyans on Earth, and now in this version of the story, Goku is present at Bulma's birthday. Raditz and Cal force him to come. And when Lord Beerus arrives, he quickly begins to question what they know about the Saiyan God. He's also confused to see a Kryptonian there. Last he heard, they were all destroyed. Vegeta warns the others and explains Beerus' role to them. Now Beerus fights all the Saiyans, but none offer him a worthy challenge. He then asks Cal to fight. Now Cal's power at this point is around half of what Super Saiyan God was in canon. He's an absolute monster, but this is still nothing compared to Lord Beerus. Expressing disappointment in the Saiyans and the Kryptonian, Vegeta steps up, saying that he might not know about a Super Saiyan God, but he has been working on something really special. He was saving it for Cal and Kakarot, but now is as good a time as any. He asks Bulma to bring the device out. She hits Vegeta with something called Blutz Waves, which quickly transform him into a Great Ape, but he gains control and pushes it further, becoming a Golden Great Ape. His power begins to surge as eventually he starts to shrink down. Vegeta has unlocked the Primal Saiyan Beast form. It's Super Saiyan 4, but everybody calls it Super Saiyan Beast. The power emanating from him is insane. Goku is in awe and he asks Vegeta how he figured this out. He points at Cal, saying his DNA gets stronger in the yellow sun. It made him realize that Saiyan DNA gets stronger under the moon. He realized that the key to unlocking his true power was pursuing what his genes were pushing towards. The strain of this form is non-existent. Vegeta says he feels at ease, as if his body's been craving this. He begins the fight with Beerus and the power is intense. Beast Saiyan is around what Cal was fighting at, but this form is just in its infancy. Vegeta can push it even higher. All the Saiyans stand up in awe of their prince, and they all want to unlock this beast power for themselves. Now Goku, Gohan, and Raditz are no pushovers. They were working on a perfect version of Super Saiyan 3 to prevent its ki leaks. Now they didn't get a chance to show it off, but this form is super effective. Now when Vegeta and Beerus' fight is over, Cal approaches Vegeta, complimenting him for his tenacity. He's managed to attain this form through sheer force of will, and it's really something special. Beerus invites the Saiyans and Cal to his planet. Cal is excited to learn more, but he doesn't want to leave the Earth defenseless. Now Gohan chooses to stay behind, saying he wants to focus on his studies a little more, and he can help the planet while Cal is off-world. He's totally gonna wear the Superman suit. On Beerus' world, Cal, Vegeta, Goku, and Raditz begin their training. The Saiyans work to unlock Beast Saiyan, but also learn how to harness God Ki. For some strange reason, Cal picks up on God Ki much easier. Something about his Kryptonian physiology makes it come naturally to him. Now, there's not going to be any Resurrection F saga because Gohan is much more vigilant and Cal keeps the Dragon Balls at his fortress. The Frieza Force is easily discovered and they are destroyed totally by Gohan, Piccolo, and the rest of the Z Fighters. Now this leads us directly into the Universe 6 tournament. The team now consists of Cal, Raditz, Goku, and Vegeta. There's no Manaka because Goku isn't the main player here and all the fighters are insanely motivated. Champa takes his 5-4 advantages with no questions asked. The first fighter picked is none other than Raditz. Now Raditz manages to single-handedly take out all of the fighters from Universe 6 in his Super Saiyan form up until Hit shows up. The legendary assassin's time skip is proving difficult, but Raditz has a final attack up his sleeve. He goes Super Saiyan Blue while looking at Kakarot and smirks, screaming out Kaioken. And Raditz nails it. He now has all the power of Super Saiyan Blue amplified by the Kaioken. He shouts times 10 and begins his fight with Hit. Hit begins adapting even faster and the two are evenly matched. Hit eventually gets the knockout blow as Raditz's body begins to crumble under the Kaioken. Hit has major respect for the Saiyan warrior. He pushed him to limits he didn't even know he had. Next up to bat is Superman. And Cal unleashes his own form of God Ki. He looks magnificent, drenched in the aura, and he's actually able to defeat Hit. But before he can officially be declared the winner, Zeno shows up and says this tournament looks fun. Goku, who's been itching for a fight, jumps in and asks if the Zeno can host another tournament with more fighters, because he wants to show off his skills. Beerus and Champa are horrified at Goku's cavalier attitude towards Zeno, but they're left shocked when Zeno reciprocates Goku's energy that this new tournament sounds really fun. Zeno disappears and everybody's left shocked. Now we all know a certain deity who's going to be really upset about mortals using God Ki. He's been watching all these events unfold on GodTube, and man is Zamasu pissed off. After watching the Universe 6 tournament, Zamasu decides to enact his Zero Mortals plan. He wishes to swap bodies. Not with Goku, but with a Kryptonian known as Kal-El. While battling some bad guys on Earth, Kal-El suddenly turns into Zamasu. Before he can even realize what's happening, a black-suited Superman appears before him and destroys everything, executing Kal. Superman's body alone is nearly indestructible. Enhanced with Divine Ki, he is the perfect weapon for Zamasu's divine justice. Using his time ring, he hops into Future Trunks' timeline and begins his assault on that planet. Future Trunks barely escapes with his life to the past. In present day, Cal senses a vaguely familiar energy emanating from Capsule Corp before fading away. He goes to investigate when he sees Trunks. Shortly after, Whis arrives with Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus in tow. Trunks wakes up and immediately swings at Cal before realizing he made it back into the past. He tells them what happened, and before they can process the information, Superman Black arrives back into the past. Cal confronts his evil counterpart, unsure of who he is. This bizarro Superman is the exact opposite of him when it comes to morals. They begin their melee, and Cal doesn't want to hold back. He attempts to subdue his bizarro self, but Zamasu begins to adapt to his strength. Just as the fight begins escalating, Zamasu is sucked back into the future. But before he goes, he laser beams Trunks' time machine. The Saiyan duo as well as Cal offer to go fight with Future Trunks in the future, and Bulma readies a bigger time machine. Vegeta realizes how far behind his son has fallen, and he takes him into the hyperbolic time chamber. In here, he's going to teach him to unlock his own version of Super Saiyan Beast. Goku's been working on his own Beast Saiyan form as well, and when the time comes to jump into the future, Cal packs something extra, just in case. The Saiyan trio and their Kryptonian comrade arrive in the future and search for Superman Black. Vegeta wants a crack at this imposter, flaring his ki to signal his location. Bizarro shows up and begins monologuing about being divine. They don't know what he's talking about, and before he can finish, Vegeta attacks, transforming into his beast form. Zamasu chuckles at this before he unsheaths a Keyblade. Vegeta's strength is surprising. He's actually holding his own, but the more Zamasu fights with Cal's body, the better he gets at using it. Describing his energy as a limitless battery, he blasts Vegeta away before unveiling his partner. Zamasu reveals that he too is Zamasu, and of course no one knows who he is because they haven't met Zamasu yet. The immortal Zamasu attacks Goku and Trunks, who transform into their beast forms. Cal activates a massive Kaioken before facing his Bizarro self. The Kaioken works to weaken his Bizarro copy, but Zamasu is stubborn. Each blow he takes from the Cal, he returns. And this is when Cal reveals something about himself, that he's not indestructible. He pulls out a kryptonite collar and places it on Superman Black. This inhibits all of his Kryptonian powers, something that he won't be able to get over instantly. Cal then knocks him out before heading over to assist with the immortal Zamasu. He asks Trunks if the version of him on this Earth had a fortress of some kind, and Trunks tells him yes. Cal rushes off in a blur and returns with his Phantom Zone device, sealing the immortal demon and his Bizarro self away forever. All seems won as the portal begins to close, but something crawls out. They then look on in horror as a fused Zamasu cuts his way out of the Phantom Zone, releasing countless phantoms into this world. There's no way they can fight against all of them. The fused Zamasu's power is unreal. They cannot fathom it. Gowasu and Shin arrive just in time to see the horror unfolding in their eyes. Beerus and Whis visited Gowasu with Shin in the present timeline. And upon realizing what his apprentice was up to, Gowasu had no choice but to come to the future with Shin. Shin immediately throws his Bataras at Goku, telling them and Vegeta to put them on and fuse just like Zamasu did. He then tells Cal not to wear it because Cal is technically immortal. Him wearing the fusion would make it permanent. Vegito is born and he goes into Super Saiyan Beast while Cal powers up to his Max Kaioken, hoping it'll still damage the fusion. Trunks is enraged at this. He brought this on his world. He let these phantoms out. It's his responsibility. And tapping into this anger, he goes beyond Super Saiyan Beast. The three warriors try to attack this horrifying fusion, and the Kaioken is working, but it's not enough. Cal pushes his max to times 100, and then times 200. The red radiation floods the area, burning up Cal from the inside as it zaps all the solar energy from his cells. The future Zamasu begins falling to his knees before him, and Cal continues amplifying his energy, telling the others to get back because he doesn't know if they'll be able to survive this. But the Saiyans are stubborn. Cal begins emanating red energy, unleashing waves and waves of it until it engulfs the entire city. No, the entire planet. Buildings begin to crumble, then fall and disintegrate as Cal unleashes more and more energy. Pushing his Kaioken into a times 300, he unleashes all of his power. Vegito and Trunks seize the moment and launch a final Kamehameha Gallic Gun combo at the fusion. Between Cal's red solar bomb and these energy attacks, Zamasu is vaporized into nothing. Cal's energy release was so powerful he actually destroyed a lot of the planet's surface and shook the very solar system. As Superman lays there, he feels pain for the first time in a long time. Everything burned. Vegito gives him the thumbs up before defusing. Before they can celebrate their victory, Zeno appears that saying what they did was very bad. As he scolds them, the ethereal version of Zamasu appears, and they all point up saying it wasn't them, it was him. Everyone immediately escapes as Zeno says bye-bye, wiping the universe from existence. As soon as they land back in the present, Cal and Goku ask for Trunks to return them back, where they grab a floating Zeno. They bring him to his present self's counterpart and the two begin to laugh and play together. This is when Whis and Beerus tell the others while they were committing universal taboos by time traveling, they took care of the present Zamasu. Whis then offers Trunks to return to his timeline and Trunks accepts. All is not well though. The attack completely drained Cal of all of his solar energy. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to get his powers back. He asks Whis if he can take him to the sun and leave him there so he can heal. And Cal stays there for a few months. And the day arrives when Zeno announces the Tournament of Power. Beerus tells Goku that he's in charge of selecting the 10 warriors that will represent Universe 7. He immediately asks Whis if he can grab Cal from the sun and bring him back to Bulma's place. After spending those months recharging, Cal's power is once again through the roof, and he's actually learned something new and he's excited to show it off during the tournament. The Universe 7 roster this time is Goku, Cal, Vegeta, Gohan, Roshi, Piccolo, Android 17, 18, Master Roshi, and Grandpa Gohan. In case you forgot, Grandpa Gohan is alive in this scenario and he's very proud of his 2 adopted sons. The Zeno exhibition goes exactly the same, with Gohan and Raditz being Universe 7's team. Shortly after, the tournament is set to begin and the plan is to stick together, and with Superman being a team player, he listens to team leader Gohan. Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and the androids however go off and do their own thing. And this time when Kale goes berserk, it's actually Cal who steps in and stops her. He makes sure to eliminate her from the ring. Jiren and Goku then lock eyes and begin their melee, and it results in Goku unlocking UI Sign, but still, Jiren emerges victorious. He knocks out Goku and then goes to meditate, but this is when Cal steps up. Once again telling Jiren it's been a long time since he's seen someone with this level of strength. He commends his power before fighting him. Jiren launches a blast at Cal which shatters on impact with the Kryptonian's body. The Man of Steel says that stung before speed blitzing Jiren. Jiren is forced to unleash more of his power in order to keep up with Cal's speed. The Clash of Titans is absolutely insane, but Jiren becomes infuriated when Cal reveals that his power comes from birth, that he didn't earn it. But Cal knows how much he's had to struggle. He even remarks that Jiren's ki emits a radiation that would have killed him if he hadn't trained against it. A fully unleashed Jiren begins pushing Cal to his limits, and in his hubris, Cal actually gets knocked out. Vegeta, Raditz, and Gohan all step in, all three going Beast Saiyan, and Gohan's been practicing with his uncle, and his form actually looks much different than the others. Must be his hybrid nature. With Goku and Cal knocked unconscious, Roshi and Grandpa Gohan are there to defend their fallen pupils. And they actually begin to hold them off until Universe 6 begins their assault. Caulifla is pissed at Cal and she's going berserk. She wants that form Vegeta has. Cal and Goku slowly regain their consciousness and their strength. They witness their masters defending them against opponents much stronger than themselves. It is Frost who ends up knocking out both Roshi and Grandpa Gohan. But during their last stand, the two launched the greatest Kamehameha they've ever launched. Their final words to Cal and Goku are to let it all go, to defend the weak, and to uplift the Turtle Hermit way. Goku and Cal are energized by these words and they rise up and launch at Universe 6, eliminating all the fighters by themselves. Hit is the only one who manages to escape using his time skip. Dispel then uses this opportunity to attack the assassin. Their fight begins as Goku and Cal fly towards Jiren. Raditz, Vegeta, and Gohan are struggling to push back a blast from Jiren when Cal and Goku step in. The five of them combined are able to negate this powerful beam. Goku and Cal begin to charge their energy as it skyrockets. Goku manages to tap into UI Sign once again, but something different happens to Cal. His energy becomes blinding and he becomes enveloped in ki, and as he transforms fully, he becomes golden. Superman 1 million is born, and his power is insurmountable. Raditz and Gohan are stunned, but this pushes Vegeta even more. He has to dig deep and break through his own limits, and he does, revealing Limit Breaker Beast Saiyan. The three of them are together at their peak power, in forms that represent what they are as warriors. They are ready for this final battle against Jiren to save their universe. Jiren launches a monstrous blast at them, but Superman steps in front and it disintegrates against him. Goku and Vegeta counter with their own blasts. Jiren is thrown off guard, but the three warriors do not relent. They continue pressing forward until the mighty Jiren falls. Their strength, their will, their belief in one another, it's too much for him. And after Jiren falls, it's pretty much a sweeping victory for Universe 7, and with Kal-El being voted MVP, he of course decides to bring back every universe. The most basic Superman move ever. And that's what I think would happen if Superman was born in the Dragon Ball Z world.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, here's a tease of some videos coming in December. How Game of Thrones should have ended, why Boo should have been in the Tournament of Power, why Cell should have been in the Tournament of Power, the Winchesters solo, what if Thanos attacked in 2012, what if a Saiyan and the Kryptonian had a baby, what if Goku was in Mortal Kombat, what if Kratos entered the DBZ world. But please, let me know what your favorite part of this scenario was in the comments below, and let me know what you're most looking forward to, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Peace.